Okay, chapter 4, test review. And I'm going to make it a little bigger where it's easier to see. Okay, test will not be multiple choice. So pay attention to what it asks for so you know how to give the answer. Number 1, identify the digit with the given place value. Which digit is in the 10,000ths place? 10, 100,000. There's no 4 on there. There's a 5 there, okay? So 5. You don't have to write it like in the 10,000th place. The 5 is the digit in the 10,000th place, okay? Number 2, write the decimal number that has the specified place values. 2 is in the tens. And these are not in order, okay? Look, see how they're all like weird? That has a 2 in the 10, that has a 2 in the 10. They all have a 2 in the tens place, okay? And you can't see them all. Anyway. Okay, 4 is in your 100th place. That's the second one after the decimal. That's definitely not that one. And it's not that one. But you won't have multiple choice. What you're going to need to do when you get a problem like this is like put your decimal, make you some place values, and just put the numbers there, okay? 2 is in your 10th place, so 2 will be right there. 4 is in your 100th, so it would be right there. 8 is in the ones. 2 is in your thousandths. 10, 100, 1,000. 2, there's your thousandths. 7 is in your 100. And 3 is in your tenths. So there's your number. And if there's anything that doesn't have a number, you would put a 0 there. But there's not anything left out. So there's your number right there. Right? Oh, here's a... Here you so you can follow along. Okay, number 3, you need to write the decimal as a fraction or a mixed number in lowest terms. You have 706, and what place value is that in? 10, 100, 1,000. Okay? So you need to reduce that because it says in lowest terms. So divide by 2 because it's even. If you divide by 2, you get 358 over 500. That'll divide by 2 again, right? Oh, that's not 358, it's 353, sorry. 353 over 500. Will that reduce? No. Okay, so that's that one right there. Write the decimal in words. 2.00736. Well, we're not going to use those words, 2 point. We're going to say 2 and. Say this is a number 736, and then the place value. 10, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000. Yeah. And you're not going to have A, B, C, D, so you make sure you remember 2 and don't put an and in 730, don't say 736, okay? The and is right there. Put your dash, and don't forget to put the place value. A lot of things to remember. And you won't be able to fit it on the little line, okay? You can write it and just say to see your work. Number 5. Suppose your job is to take phone orders for airplane parts. Use the table below to answer the following questions. Write the correct part number that matches what you hear the customer say on the phone. So if the customer says, we received all parts, that wouldn't be the customer. Oh, okay. We received all parts except the one and 800 size. Which one is the 1 and 800s?
F.
F? 1 and 800s, F. Okay, number 6, round to the nearest thousand. 10, 100, 1,000 is the 5. So what's it going to be? 1.515. You just drop the 1 after it.
When did?
Huh?
Okay, never mind. You're right. Never mind.
1,000. Okay, you're on a shopping trip. The store will round the amount you pay for each item to the nearest cent. Find the amount you'll pay. For the CDs are 3 for this much, so one of them is 12.0667. You don't even have to do the division. You just have to round it to the nearest cent. So instead of 6 cents, it'll be 7 cents, right? Because you're going to look at the one after the cent. So 1207. In order to prepare her budget, Sue gathers receipts for all major expenses she had over the last month. Round the figure to the nearest dollar. Where is your nearest dollar? The cent was 2 times after the decimal. Where's the dollar?
The dollar is the one left to the decimal.
The very first one, right? $1. The $1. The 4 right there. So look at the 5. That will make it go up to the next dollar, right? So 98.45. Okay, round money to the specified place. This is the nearest dollar. So the one in front of the decimal, which is a 5. So what's that going to round to?
6.
486, right? Because of 8. Okay, 10. A bank pays interest on all of its accounts to the nearest cent. If the interest on the account is this much money, how much does the bank pay? The nearest cent is where the 5 is, right? There's a 0 after it, so just round it to 95 cents. So 754.95. Find the sum. When you're adding decimals, what do you need to do?
Line up the decimal.
Line them up. Line those decimals up. A 5 doesn't have a decimal. What do you do with that?
Before the 5 goes
Put it before the decimal, right? 5 would be like 5.0. And we have 55.82. We have 31.633. Let's make everything the same length, and then we'll add them all up. So 3 at the end. 3 and 2 is 5. 15 and 6 is 21. 10, 15. Did you get 125.153? That would be D. 125.153. The answers are on the back too, on your review. Number 12, you're subtracting. What do you need to do to subtract? Same as add, line them up, right? Okay. And you have to borrow 8. You have to borrow again there. You're going to be able to do that, so you don't borrow right there. 15 minus 6, 9. 15 minus 8,
7.
1 minus 1,
0.
17 minus 9, 8.079. Okay. Okay, use your estimation skills. You don't have to solve it. Using your estimation skills to pick the most reasonable answer. Yeah. So if that one's not multiple choice, it's one you're going to have to actually do, right? 14 minus 3.24. So which one would be the most reasonable, looking at them? 1 point something? No. 10.76, right? Yeah. I'm going to have to check that one on the test and see if it stayed multiple choice. Because that one you wouldn't, you'd have to actually subtract it if it doesn't have one to pick. Okay, number 14, use front end rounding to round each number and estimate the answer. Okay, then you find the exact answer. You got two answers. Mark bought a dress for his girlfriend, originally costing $95.55. When she brought the dress to the counter, the agent told her it was discounted $9.56. What is the sale price? So it's about $10 less, but not quite. So you need to do your 95.55 minus your discount. The discount's subtracted, right? If you were estimating, that's about $10 off, right? So $10 from about $100, the estimate would be about what? 100 minus 10 would be about 90. So these estimates are all good. Okay, the exact, you have to borrow a lot from every single one of them. 15 minus 6 is 9. 14 minus 5, 9 again. 14 minus 9, 5, and then 8. 85.99 is your exact. Find the perimeter. What do you do to find the perimeter? Multiply, add. Huh? Perimeter is where you see how much fence you would need to put around it. You have to add it. Add all four numbers. When you're multiplying, that's your area. Perimeter is adding. Line up those decimals. 2, 4, 5, 6. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And this was meters, so it's meters. 18.6 meters.
How do you find area?
Area you multiply. Perimeter you add.
Length
The
times
area
width.
of that one would be length times width, or base times height of it. That one doesn't even have a height, so you couldn't even find the area. For this thing, you would actually need a height to find the area. It doesn't have a height. You wouldn't be able to find it with just those numbers right there. 16. You need to multiply. I put the one with most numbers on top and just the one with the 6 only on the bottom. That way I only have to multiply one number. 6 times 8, 48. 0 and 4. 6 times 6 is 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We need to move it back 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you need to put a 0 in front of it if it starts with a decimal. 0.03648. Write the decimal point in the correct location. So if you multiply those numbers and that's what you got, you just move the decimal. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. 741.815. Okay, 0074 times 2.8. Okay, you'd actually have to do the multiplication. 2.8. 8 times 4, 32. 8 times 7, 56, 7, 8, 59. Okay, 2 times 4, 8, 2 times 7, 14. 2, 9 and 8 is 17, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 22. Now you gotta move it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 0.02072.
When you start that, moving the decimal back from after you get the answer, where do you start from? Where do you start that from?
Okay, when you counted how far to go, you go
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 numbers behind the decimal. So start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. How long does it take someone to walk a mile? What's reasonable? 1.9 minutes? No, it's not reasonable. So what would be reasonable? 19? 190? So it'd be A, 19 minutes? It'd take me longer than that, but that would be more, most people could do it in 19. I just got short legs. Number 20, a grocer sold 53 bags of potatoes for $1.11 each. What was the total amount of the sale? So 53 times $1.11. Now what's that answer? $5,883. $58.83. You just gotta multiply, right? At Superstock, gasoline costs $1.22 a gallon. When you pay with a credit card, 8 cents per gallon less when you pay with cash. So how much would you save by filling up a 14-gallon tank?
14 times 0.08.
Yeah. You're saving this much for every gallon, so that times how many gallons? So what is that? $1.12? You saved $1.12. Okay. 68 divided by 8. 8 won't go into 6. 8 into 68 is 8. Is that 64? Bring 4 down, no remainders. Add a 0, bring it down. 8 into 40? 5. Where's our decimal at?
Straight up.
We should have brought that straight up, right? 8.5. Okay, 4.8 divided by 0.06. 4.8, the first number goes under your division sign. 0.06 on the outside. We need to turn that into a whole number. Move it 2 times. Move this one 2 times. Bring it up into your answer. You need to add a 0. Because you moved the decimal, you didn't have a number there, you have to put the 0. 6 into 4, no. 6 into 48. 8 times. Is your answer 8? You need a 0 here. Your answer is 80. Okay, you write the decimal point in the correct location. This 830 is not in the right place above there. You have to figure out where the 8 is going to go. First, you're going to move this decimal twice. Be at the end of the 96. This decimal twice. So the decimal is going to come up right there. But the 830 is not in the right place, so you don't say it's 830, okay? Where would you put an 8? 96 will not go into 79, will it? 96 won't go into 79, so the 8 must have been right above the 6. So it must be 0.830. You don't have to actually do the whole division, you just move the decimals and you'll figure out where to put it in this number right here. It goes before the 8. Okay, number 25, 26 into this. Okay, it says to round it as indicated. So to the hundredths place. We actually need to do some division there. Okay, 26 into 12, no. 26 into 129. There's 4 quarters in $1, so probably about 5, right? Because this is close to a quarter. 5 times 6, 30. 5 times is 10, plus 3 is 13. That's too many? Okay, so 4. I shouldn't have done that in pen, huh? 4 times 6, let's start over. 129.393. So 4 times 6 is 24. 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 4. And then probably a 9. 26 and then 253. Let's do it off to the side. 26 times 9. 54, 9 times is 18, 23. Okay. So 9 would be 234. And we need to borrow 9, 1. We need some more paper to write on. Okay. We need to bring down, we brought the 3 down, we need to bring the 9 down. Okay, so what? 199? Let's try 8. 48, 16, 17, 19, 20. That's too much, huh? Let's do 26 times 7. 42, 14, and 182 is good, right? Put 7 there, 182. 199 minus 182, 17. Bring the 3 down. 7? No, 7's too many, right? 6. 26 times 6, 36, 12, 15. Okay, so 6 would be 156. What did it say to round to?
Yes, hundredths.
Hundredths. Okay, the hundredths is right here, so we don't need to keep going. We have a number past the value, the place we're rounding to. So we're going to go up 1 here, so it'll round to 4.98. Okay, so you can keep going, but you don't really need to, do you? 26. Is it reasonable or unreasonable? If it's unreasonable, you gotta find the right answer. 39.4 divided by 4, does it seem like there would be 98 of them in there? That's pretty unreasonable, okay? So we need to find the right answer. Divided by 4. 4 into 39 goes 9 times, right? 9 times 4 is 36. So it's probably just move the decimal. It's probably an 8. 8 times 4, 32. 20 is 5. So see, let's just move the decimal. 9.85. 27. June has a strip of paper 45 inches long. She wants to cut it into strips that are 5 inches long. How many 5-inch strips can she get? 9 exactly, right? 9 pieces. Just divide it. What she's got, how long she wants to make them. Simplify by using the order of operations. Okay, 59 minus 4.5 times the parentheses minus the number squared. What do you have to do first? The parentheses, okay? We need more room. 59 minus 4.5 times 0.56 plus 4 minus 1.8 squared. Okay, it almost fit on. Okay, first parentheses, so what is that?
0.60.
Huh?
0.60.
0.60?
4.56.
We're adding 4 to 5.56.
Correct.
4.56. Okay. And after parentheses, you do the exponents, right? We're going to do the exponent next. We're going to do 1.8 times 1.8. We're going to square that. And that's going to end up being 3.24. Okay? I'm going to put an X there because there's too many decimals. Okay. What's going to be next? Multiply. 4.5 times 4.56 comes out to 20.52. Write everything down. Now what comes next?
It's all minus.
There's no add, so subtract left to right, huh? So this one first. 59 minus 20.52. We'll subtract that, and then we'll subtract that later. So 10 minus 2, 9 minus 5, 8 minus 0, and then we're going to subtract 3.24. We'll just write it under it. Okay, 8 minus 4, 4 minus 2, 8 minus 3, and we bring the 3 down. So it's 35.24. And there's their answer right there. Okay, write a fraction or mixed number. Write the fraction of this mixed number as a decimal. Round to the thousandth if necessary. Okay, 5/8. The 10 part you don't need to change. It'll be 10 point something. 5/8 you need to put 5 divided by 8. Okay? 5 goes underneath. 8 won't go into 5. 8 into 50. What's 6 times 8? 48. 8 into 20. 2. 16. 8 into 40. 5. Okay, so it's 10.625. It said round to the thousandth if necessary. 10, 100,000. We don't need to. Stop there.
Because there was no order.
So just leave it just like that. 10.625. Okay, write a decimal as a fraction or a mixed number in lowest terms. Okay, so 226, 10 hundred thousandths, right. And then reduce that. What can we divide by? 2. It's 113 over 500. And, huh?
113's prime.
113's prime? Or, I guess it's prime, I'm not positive, but it won't divide by anything 500 will divide by. Okay, arrange a group of numbers from least to greatest. How are we going to do that?
Very carefully.
Okay, let's see. They all start with 5. So if we turn the fraction part into decimal, we could order them if they're in decimals, right? We've got 5.25, 5 5/8, 5.52, and 5 4/9. So we need to turn those two into decimals. 5/8. Okay, let's do 5/8. 5 divided by 8.
Just did that one, 625.
We just did it, huh?
0.625.
Yeah, so that's 5.625. Okay, how about 4/9? Let's put 4 under the division sign, divided by 9. 9 into 40? 4. 36. 9 into 40. It's 4 again, right? So it's 5 point repeating 4, right? Okay, so put them in order. From least to greatest. Start with the smallest one. 5.25. See, that's the first number. Choose the smallest. What's the next? Next one's this one. Put it as the original number though. 5 4/9. What's the next one? 5.52, right? And the next one? 5 5/8. So that puts them in order.
When you said 5 say 5.4 what?
It's 5.4 repeating. It keeps going 4 4 4.
So you don't put that extra 4 in
You
it?
could put 4s if you needed to. If there, one of these was longer and you needed to compare after the 4, but you don't need them. Just put the repeating bar and you know they're there. Okay, write the fraction as a decimal. We've already done 5/8. Is 0.625, wasn't it? Do it just like we did this. 5 divided by 8. Okay, 12 over 20. 12 divided by 20. How many times will 20 go into 12? It won't. 20 into 120?
6.
6 times, exactly. 0.6. 34. 23.2 divided by 1.21 is 1.917 reasonable or unreasonable? Does it look like 1 is going to go into 23 only 1 time or 2 times? Not reasonable, is it? So it's unreasonable, and you would need to put 23.2 divided by 1.21. 2 times, 2 times. 121. How about, it won't go twice. 1 will be 121. 111. So probably, there's the numbers, probably a 9 next. 9 times 1, 9 times 2, 9, 10. So it must be 19.17, huh? It just, they have the decimal in the wrong place. Okay, 35. The stockbroker sold 35 shares for $40.20. What was the total amount of the sale? Multiply, right? 35 times 40, 20 is $1,407. A bakery sold 84 pies for that much each. Multiply that. 84 times 364. $305.76. Okay. How much does Ann's father weigh? Does that seem reasonable, 18.4? You move the decimal, where would you put it? 184 or 1,840 pounds? Probably 184, huh? 1840, huh? Number 30 out. 38. How fast was he driving? 450 miles an hour? Not too reasonable. Move the decimal. 45 or 4.5? Probably more like 45, huh? Should be 45. Just by moving the decimal, you can figure out what would be more reasonable. 39. 0.05 times 0.6. 6 times 5 is 30. You need to move it back how many times? 1, 2, 3. 0.030. 0.03. You don't have to have the 0 after the 3. Number 40. 0.105 times 0.08. 8 times 5, 40. 0 plus 4, and then 8. How many times you need to move it? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 zeros in front of the 8. 0.0084.
So you always add that 0 on the left side of the
If it
decimal?
starts with a decimal, add a 0 to the front. Okay, write a decimal in the correct place. That's already got all the numbers you need there. So you need to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 13.8. Okay, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. You got those 4, plus you need to add 3 zeros in front of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then put the 0 in front of the decimal. 0.0003198, which is D. Okay, this one only has 3 decimals, so move it back 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 0.420. Which you only need this part, 0.42. They left it on there, but you don't need it. Multiply 70 times 0.9. 9 times 0, 0. 9 times 7, 63. Move it back only 1 time. So it's 63. 45. 0.175 times 2.1. I'm going to let you do the multiplication yourself. It should be 0.3675. You can practice that one if you want at home. Okay, 46. Find the missing link. It gives you A, B, and C. Okay? Gives you A, gives you B, gives you C. So you must need Z. A is 1/6 1.66, B is 1.66, and C is 5.34. So how you gonna find it?
Add A and B and minus C.
Right, add A and B,
Minus C.
3.32, subtract it from C,
Yes.
5.34 minus 3.32. 2.02 what? Meters. Don't forget your units, you're not gonna have multiple choice. Units. 47, perimeter. So you're gonna add all those up, right? Line up your decimal to line them up, to add them up. So you'll have 5.5, 4.55, 2.21, 6, and 3.2. Make them all the same length. So you can add them easier. 5 and 1 is 6. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 10, 21. And what's the units here? Centimeters. 21.46 centimeters. 48. Here's another, pick the most reasonable answer, so we're gonna hope it's multiple choice on yours, right? It's another one I need to check, make sure. 306 minus 305. That's almost 307, so it's almost 2. Most reasonable would be 1 point, right? Okay, 49, to the nearest cent. 2 numbers after is your cent. It's followed by 7, so round it up 1. 8 instead of the 7, it's an 8. So 8 cents. Number 50, write as a fraction or mixed number. 10 and 6 tenths.
10, 6 tenths reduced to 3/5.
You could go 10, yeah, you could reduce to 3/5, 10 and 3/5. 5 times 10 is 50, plus 3 is 53/5. And that's the last of the review.